back to Landon Late Night. You guys, it's been a long ass time. I have been trying to get the man, the myth, the legend on this show for about a year now. He is the creator, the founder, the CEO of Low Sundays, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that this is the only tequila that I drink and it's the best. So yeah, just give a warm welcome for Mitch Hayes. Welcome to Landon. I'm so excited. I'm
happy to be here.
So excited to have you on the show. Let's cheers. We made a little ranch water for you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I've been talking with Reagan, who is the marketing director, you guys are all crushing it. It's a 3-man company.
Yeah, there's 3 of us.
And you have taken over, in my opinion, the tequila, brands in general. First things first, why tequila? Why not whiskey? Why not, champagne? Why not vodka?
Good question. I feel like tequila was just felt like it had the most opportunity. Mm-hmm. It was coming from Australia and coming to here. I feel like it put me in this unique position where tequila wasn't huge in Australia, and the only tequila that was there was not great. Mm-hmm. And so it was the kind of thing in Australia, it was like, if we're gonna have like a super wild night, like, all right, we'll do tequila shots. And normally there was like a worm in the bottle and like horrific things like that. That was my experience of the tequila.
Right.
Fast forward, I moved to California. I'm working in the surf industry and I'm running the marketing for a surf company. And so I started doing like all these events and organizing all these parties and shoots. So like I'm surrounded by like American millennials, mm-hmm. and everyone was drinking tequila, and I was like, wow, like tequila's kind of it's like the drink. And then so I started drinking it more, and I was just like blown away at how good tequila was.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest inspiration. I was like, all right, I love this product. And then kind of just through luck of circumstances, as one of the kids that I managed, one of the surfers on our team, one side of his family was from Mexico, okay. And they had a connection to a distillery. And so they used to kind of get samples, and, they actually used to like buy this tequila off a street vendor in Tijuana and like bring it back across the border, and we would drink it and it had some flavor in it. That's how the coconut was inspired.
Okay, so the street one had coconut.
Yeah, so it was literally this street vendor in Tijuana. His dad used to buy it off him and bring it over, and it had this little bit of flavor to it, and everyone loved it.
Oh my God.
His dad started saying like, hey, like, Mitchie, we should do a tequila. Let's do a tequila. And I was like, Randy, like, I don't know anything about liquor. Like, I'm in surf, dude. And
but now you've created a whole empire, and it's literally
and we ended up here. But that's literally how it started, was just the right place at the right time. And the other reason why I thought I loved tequila, but then I was like looking at the whole like space of tequila, and I was like, wow, there's like, for such a like fun category, there wasn't really any fun brands.
Right.
I was like, why isn't anyone having fun? To me, it was just so serious and so formal.
Very serious.
I was looking around, I was at all these parties, and everyone that was drinking it was like millennials, like mid to late 20-year-olds. The majority were female, but all the brands, I looked at all the advertising, the marketing, and it was like men in suits, very buttoned up and very serious. And I'm like, there's just not a brand for this demographic.
So. And you were like, Landon Late Night, because it's so big in Australia, you're like, she only drinks tequila.
Yeah.
Like, clearly I gotta,
I was that, I think I was very influenced by that.
It was, you started Low Sunday.
My goal was to get on this show. I thought, if I can create a tequila that Haley will drink, then I'm on.
And you fucking have, and it's this baby. I mean, if I could like sleep with this as my pillow every night.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't think I was an alcoholic, then I would do it.
That's the one that started it all, was the flavored one, the coconut one.
I just had no idea that it came from an actual street vendor in Tijuana. That makes this story even so.
Well, it ended up, he's had like, I think I had caramel and hazelnut or something in it, but it had flavor, but it wasn't like overly flavored. It was subtle, mm-hmm. and that was the idea of like a subtle flavor that just, because you still want to taste the agave. You want to like tequila, but to have one that just has like a subtle, smooth, like little flavored sweet finish on it.
A little pizzazz on the side. Okay, so you worked with this family to like kind of...
Well, so that was kind of how it started. And like I said, the reason why we thought we had a chance. So he flew down to Mexico and visited some distilleries, and then he developed a relationship with a distillery who ended up being our distillery.
The guy that ran the Tijuana street thing?
No. The kid that I manage, one of the team riders, his dad. So he found a distillery that could bring it to life. And so we kind of explained what we liked and what we had, and they were like, yeah, we can create this. And so we kind of went through like a tasting process and developing the liquid that we wanted. Because that was actually the first thing we got. Like, we didn't do anything about the brand until we had a liquid.
Right.
Yeah.
Which your branding is everything. And that is like what sets, for me, the first time I ever encountered Los Sundays, I told you this off screen. I was like, I feel like every tequila company that I've ever worked with or seen before is so stiff, like you said, very vanilla, very like just, suits and ties and stiff. Yeah. And that's kind of like what, unless you're like a beer company, the market for alcohol is, right? And so with this, I go to y'all's, about last Sunday, I go to Los Sundays page, I go to everything, and it's sexy, it's provocative, and which I love, and I'm like, finally, something that aligns with me as a person.
Well, that, you literally just hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what we tried to do, because once we had a liquid, I was like, all right, if we can actually get a liquid and it tastes good, like, I will consider and look into like building this into a brand. And so when I was asking people, when I was trying to do research on tequila, and I would talk people just like yourself, and like, do you drink tequila? And they'll be like, yeah, I love tequila. I'll be like, okay, what do you drink? And they'll be like, the bottle's kind of this shape, or it has green on the label. It was like 9 out of 10 people couldn't tell me a brand besides Patron. Yeah. And this was before Casamigos like really hit its stride. And everyone knew, and props to Casamigos, they did a great job with their branding and everything like that. But we were putting all this together before they really became mainstream. But that was the thing. It was like no one could really. They loved the category, but they didn't have a specific brand that they really like loved the brand. They would drink Patron because you just could pronounce it. Number one. And so many others, it's really hard, especially for me, coming from Australia and things like that, to be able to pronounce those brands or order it in a busy bar and not sound like an idiot. Right. So that was the idea. We got the liquid, and then I was like, all right, then the thing that we should do and really do, and this is my background, like I love marketing and design and branding, like that's like I don't have a liquor background, I don't have a business background. Which I didn't know that your background was marketing, and that makes so much sense now, like as I know Los Sundays and the brand, because Mitch, everything is so well done. It's so curated. It is, it's perfect. It's honestly perfect. And this is what's crazy too, is like a lot of the brands that you mentioned earlier, like Patron, things like that, it's like an older generation. There's not been a tequila brand that has reached my generation, our generation. And that's why Los Sundays is so different from any other tequila company. And I like to call it an empire, because it is a motherfucking empire. We're working on it.
It is. Y'all are...
And like props to those brands, like Patron like paved the way for tequila to become mainstream in...
no hate on Patron.
No, like, the idea of like educating people on 100% Blue Weber agave. Good quality tequila, and made it a category where people were like, oh, this is a really good category. It's not that one where you've got to like, you only take shots and you hold your breath and you cover your nose and you're like,
you're like, tequila.
It's a great spirit. It's a super clean spirit. It's, a lot of doctors and people that I've spoken to that have certain conditions, like they get told if you're going to drink, like if you have to pick a spirit, like pick tequila, because it's the cleanest, it's the easiest for your body to process, and like one of the cleanest liquids. So thank God, because that means less hangovers, people, and that's the other thing too. Like growing up, we were talking about this earlier as well. People think tequila like gives you the worst hangovers. It's like the shittiest for you. You feel horrible after. And I've had, given that's because I've only been drinking Los Sundays for like a year now. If that says anything, especially during COVID. But it doesn't make you, it shouldn't make you feel like shit. No. Like given you don't drink copious amounts of it, like you drink a whole lot, of course you're going to feel average the next day. But a lot of hangovers come from either very like sugary mixes or bad mixes. But if you drink it clean and you drink clean tequila, like you should wake up, you should feel good the next day.
You should feel so good.
And that's kind of what it's like our biggest strength, and also one of the hardest things that we've got to work with, is because our whole concept and our background is like none of us, the three of us, are from liquor. So like our whole thing was like, I loved branding and design. So I was just trying to find my niche of like where I could bring something very like super original and really cool to life that people would like. It just so happened that I saw it with tequila. I was like, okay, here's the opportunity to bring a brand into what's predominantly like a product category. Most liquor is like, we have a product, this is our product, this is how it's made, this is what we sell, where our concept was like, we're going to put a brand. It's going to be like a lifestyle brand. But given that, there's a lot of things that we want to do with that doesn't necessarily, you can't do in liquor. If it was apparel, or it was footwear, or it was headwear or something like that, you can do all these things that we want to do. But because it's liquor, we've got to like learn like so much, and there's so much gray area where there's like we just can't do certain things, although that's what our audience loves, and we would love to be able to do more. So and we're still learning. Like it's really hard to be an expert in that if you haven't been in the industry for 20 years. Like we've been in the industry for 3 years, so
which is insane. I mean but to me that just shows that like branding is kind of everything. So I said that like because not only, and I say that the tequila is like premium quality. I mean, it's literally top shelf fucking tequila, but the branding is so good that people don't care. So like even if your tequila was the worst, no one would care because your branding is so good.
And we would never do that.
You would never do that.
It's like branding gets you a lot of the way. If people like what you have, they'll look at it and then they'll go and try it. And then if the liquid's good, they'll continue to buy it and spread other people. And then it's the perfect package. And that's what we tried to do. Is like I'm a stickler for quality, like in everything in my life. Like I would never. That's why, like I said, the first thing we had was the liquid before we had the concept of the branding or how we're going to bring it to life. I was like, if we can have a good liquid and I know how to bring it in, then I'll figure out a way to brand it that I like, pick our audience and then figure out a branding package that they'll like. So here's a chance for us where, you know, we can utilize an avenue of marketing that is brand new, that these big conglomerates haven't really cottoned onto yet properly, and they don't really understand, where Los Sundays was built within like our generation, within the smartphone, social media generation. So it was built to resonate and grow within that environment. Where you got these other brands that are big brands that have been around for 50 years, 100 years. Now they've got to adapt and then be relevant in social and relevant to millennials and that as well. So, I mean, they own the market, so they're not going to have a problem with their market share, but new brands like us have a chance right now to come through and be able to start and not have like, oh, I need $3 million of seed money.
Social media has completely changed the game of how you market a brand.
No, and some brands are just too early for their category, you know, and it takes time for it to kick. And that's what I mean. Like a lot of, and that's across all categories, like not just in liquor. There can be a lot of brands where it takes time to build a brand. Some brands do really catch and go quickly, but the majority of brands that people love and think are new, they only think it's new because they kind of just found out about it, or it just became mainstream within their network or where they live and that kind of thing. But it takes years of hard work and lots of things like to build brands. But that's why we're in this day and age now where there is the opportunity to grow brands quicker than ever before because of social media and because of that kind of marketing, because marketing is everything. And now you've got this avenue that's free and it's at your fingertips, and you can directly engage with your consumer or who you're trying to reach. And you can get real-time feedback as well, straight away. They can respond to you straight away. You can post something and they can reply. You can comment. So you're getting like real-time data back and forth. So you can really like build your brand. But if you're an established brand and then you got to kind of pivot into like, all right, now it's like social media and everyone like likes these things like memes and something that's fun and merch. It's like, it's really hard to take an old established brand and then like reinvent it into that category where we were kind of born in that category and we're purpose built.
You sound like Bane.
I was born in it.
I was born in this. Now we're going to get into merch because I mean, guys, I'm clearly repping Los Sundays. And again, y'all know I wear this stuff all the time, and all my followers know that I'm obsessed with y'all. But this whole merch line, and I was telling you this when you got here, like obviously you're a guy, and your marketing is your thing. You are a genius. You're a creative genius. So you know what guys like, but it's like unisex. Like it's
actually, we sell more to females than guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, more to girls than guys.
Well, my boyfriend wants like literally everything that y'all have. He's like, this is so fucking cool. And I was wearing this.
Well, we do. We try to make it unisex, but yeah.
But it is so cool. And like even your merch line, your branding with your actual like the bottles, everything, your personal Los Sundays Instagram account, and then your About Last Sunday account, like those are both cohesive together. So I think, and everything you do, the memes, I don't know do you create all of these?
Me and Reagan, yeah.
I mean,
it's just us. We sit like 6 feet apart in the office. Like our desks are like next to each other, and it's got a little divider with a plan or whatever. And we just spend all day. Like I work on a lot of the like running the business as well, and I have to do that. And Reagan crushes it at what she does. But we work on everything together, and we get it up. We get on the boards, and we kind of go back and forth. And then Kira, who originally had About Last Sunday as well, like we work with her, and we just kind of like we just try and do things that if it makes us laugh and we relate to it, and then we show a couple of friends if they like it, and then we put it out there. But yeah, we just go back and forth.
But it's so brilliant, and that's also when I first saw your brand, I was like, this is me. Like I relate to this. This feels on brand for Landed. It feels on brand for me as a human being, and that's what sets y'all's Tequila empire apart from other people. I keep calling it empire because it is.
It's manifested.
And exactly, it's what we talked about, dream boards. Like here we are. And that's my thing, is like you can still be fun and lighthearted and have a good time and be edgy and be sexy and provocative, and it's still okay.
Well, that's what we try. We try and find that middle ground. Like we never try and be like too cool, where it can separate us, where people don't feel comfortable or it's not approachable. So we really try and be approachable for everyone, but we definitely want to be like a little edgy and cool. Like we want to kind of try and set some trends and, you know, be a little bit more aspirational, but approachable, that everyone feels like that they can be a part of it. And we're very inclusive. Like we make sure that we're very like, you know, we try and do these things where people are like, oh, that's really cool and that, but it's like, we're for everyone. Like we kind of have this thing in the office, like we refer to ourselves as the tequila for the people. We're not owned by a celebrity.
Tequila for the people, baby.
Yeah, we don't have like celebrity owners or celebrities that, you know, are on the payroll that endorse us. We just try and make a brand for the people, that the people love to drink, post, share, and we're just lucky enough that we have, you know, some celebs and people that love it and wear it and post it, like you're one. And we've had, you know, we've had like Rebel Wilson, Margot Robbie, Brittany Snow, like a bunch of people like that have been awesome, that have got the product in their hands and they've posted it and stuff. And for us, that's really cool because it's really organic. You know, they really like the products. So.
No, I mean, how can you not? It's unreal. All that to say, like, I am just extremely inspired and so impressed by you as a person, but your brand and everything you've created. Reagan, you're so inspiring. Like awesome. You guys are just the best company. You said tequila for the people, and that's so right, because even from day one, like I clearly am not on Margot Robbie's level or Rebel Wilson, but like you guys make me feel like I am. Like you're just so giving and generous and kind, and your tequila.
Well, we know what it's like to. We started from scratch. We started with nothing, so it's like we really do appreciate everything that anyone gives us or shouts us out or comments. Like it means a lot to us. Like we love it because we built this from scratch and we love it. We put our heart and soul into it, and every single custom that we get and someone that likes it, like we're super appreciative and we love it. And this is what we want to do. Like we want to make it one of the biggest brands, and we want to do something that's different. Like I want in 20 years people to look back and go, you know, Los Sundays like really did something different.
Pioneers.
Yeah, they came in like where everyone came in this way, they came in this way.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying like we've done, you know, we've made a lot of mistakes and we're still learning, but you know, we're still here and
thriving.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will rep y'all to the end of my fucking dying days. I'm here for it. Where did Los Sundays name come from? I never asked.
Oh, it came from what I was saying earlier about when I was asking a lot of people, do you drink tequila? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, I love tequila. What do you drink? They couldn't tell me the name besides Patron. And like I said, this was before Casamigos really became Casamigos. So I was like, my number one thing, I was like, all right, we need to have a name that is really easy to remember, really easy to pronounce, and stuff that I can do cool marketing.
It's your marketing brain kick.
Yeah, I was like, so, you know, the way it works in is like you got Sunday Fun Day, everything you can do with that. If you're at a busy bar, you can get a Sunday's margarita, a round of Sunday shots, a Sundays and soda. Like it's easy to order, it's easy to pronounce.
Sunday Scaries.
Sunday Scaries.
So many things.
Yeah, so it's just something where everything else in tequila was very, very traditional, where in their branding and their name and their packaging. So we tried to kind of like make it more modern and make it very like relatable and easy to remember, kind of within like this demographic. Yeah, so that was our goal. Yeah, and the loss literally comes from like, you know, moving here, like flying into Los Angeles every time I come here, which means so it's kind of like the Sundays.
The Sundays. I'm so excited for this episode to come out. I genuinely have learned a lot, and one, I'm inspired. Two, if this just shows people, and this is the whole point of Landed, is like I want people to be able to watch the show and really feel empowered that they can do anything.
Yeah, that was our thing. That's what I was saying. It's like if there's ever a time that you've got the chance to start something, you can get access to the entire world through your phone right now. And that didn't exist before.
Right.
So that's the thing, is like we started this with no liquor experience and very little money. Like we got a little bit of seed money off some friends and family, and slowly kind of got some more investors and have been building up as we go. But yeah, you can literally start anything now. And it's like, and don't wait until you have it perfect. I feel like I read something a while ago, like one of the best kind of quotes that I think is like, if I waited till my product was perfect to launch, it would never have launched.
Right.
So you just need to start. And it's like, and if you don't hate the first version of your product, you started too late.
Yeah.
So it's like, start, get out there, figure it out, and evolve, and you'll get there.
And none of us really know what we're doing.
No way.
No one knows.
No, there's no experts. Like,
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. We're all figuring it out, and yeah.
Yeah, and Reagan said something. She's like, I don't trust those people that are experts.
Yeah.
But I don't either. That makes so much. That is some good advice right there. Yeah.
But for us coming up, it's pretty much we've the majority of our business is just California, mainly Southern California. So we're excited. Next week we're going into Nashville. So we're opening up Tennessee, which is really cool. Working with some really cool people over there. So we're going to have product available there. And then we're going into the Northeast, like Massachusetts,
Okay.
as well. So that'll all be available next month there. And then early next year, we're going to go into Arizona, Texas, and a few other states there. So we're kind of getting everything lined up now to kind of get out of this state and give access to outside of here.
I can tell you right now, I don't know about Massachusetts because I don't know a lot about the Northeast, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But I do know Arizona, Texas, and Nashville are going to...
We're really excited to go there. Like, so many people we've met that go there. Everyone from there is so cool.
Yeah.
So much fun. And we're like, okay, that's somewhere I feel like we can do some good work.
100%. And you guys are amazing. Everyone that meets y'all, I'm sure falls in love with you. Like how I am. I'm in love with you guys.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Well, we try and follow, like, we sell a lot of merchandise, so we try to follow where that goes. So we sell, like, we've sold to date T-shirts and apparel to every state in the country. There's not one state. And I think we're at about, like, 8 or 9 other countries that order T-shirts, and we just wish we could get tequila to all those people.
Yeah.
So that's our goal now, is get tequila there.
But you guys are about to master both, and that's what's really going to set you apart. So
thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Seriously.
I'm glad I came.
I know, and like I have been obsessed with you guys for a year now, probably, and this is truly like such an honor because I really do love your product. I love your brand.
And we thank you for the support as well. You've been
Oh my gosh.
So we're so glad to have you as a fan. And
yeah, this has been amazing. You are such a phenomenal human, and your brain is insane, creative genius. I am so excited to have you on the show. Thank you for taking time to come out here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay, guys. You gotta get all the tequila. You gotta get the reposado, the coconut, and the blanco. And then this is Mitch Hayes. So if you want to follow him on Instagram as well, okay. Make sure to follow Landon Late Night. I hope you guys have a kick-ass week. Drink some tequila for me. Do a few shots for us. Okay, here we go. Los Sundays, we're out. Landon Late Night. Mitch.
Yep.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.